Hi everybody, Planner Mom here with a review of the Midori Traveler's Notebook. I am making my first YouTube video ever. Really felt driven to do this because I think I may have finally found that elusive planner piece. Heard about this type of a planner system on a scrapbooking forum that I visit frequently. Had never heard of it before then, and once I started my research, probably just like the rest of you with Pinterest and YouTube videos and Googling different blogs, I settled on the actual Midori Traveler's Notebook in the full-size, standard size brown leather to start with, but there are so many great ones out there, all those faux dories, that I'll probably end up with some of those too. But I've had this a couple of months now and am very happy with the setup. Have been tweaking it and customizing it and decorating it, so feeling like I may have it really where I want it to be and where it works for me, so thought I would share my setup with you to see if there's any ideas that I've gotten from others and made my own that might be helpful to other people as you set up your own notebooks. So we'll just get right into it. I have 4 inserts in my notebook, and I have the Midori zip pouch. That is the zip pouch on one side, runs along the back of everything to the pockets on the other side. So 4 inserts and the zip pocket insert. It's pretty chunky, pretty full. I probably won't add any more to this because the Midoris do tend to run a bit narrow. So as you get more and more in there, there is overhang that can bother some people. So I'm probably going to leave it just like this. I also purchased some of the stick-on pockets and have been just storing some little things in there, including my quote. And let's see if I can get a good picture of that. What do we got there? Keep the smile. I don't have my glasses on. That was really dumb. Let me get some. That is much better. Keep the smile, leave the tension, feel the joy, forget the worry, hold the peace, leave the pain, and don't forget to pray. I want it to be a peaceful planner and full of happiness and joy, so quotes like that are throughout to remind me of those kinds of things. So nothing in the zipper pocket right now. I just cleaned it out a few days ago because it was getting pretty full of receipts and coupons and just all kinds of things you can store temporarily until you find a better home for them. It's really convenient. I do some scrapbooking too. So for the 4 actual Midori inserts that I have here, I've used different pieces of really loved scrapbook paper that I've been saving and hoarding, afraid to use it, because when you use this kind of paper for scrapbooking, you cut it, you cover it, you use it to mat pictures, and then you put them away. So over the years I tend to save what is really pretty to me, afraid to use it, and thought, well, this is perfect. Here's a perfect opportunity to use some of the pretty paper because I get to see it and touch it and use it every single day. So that was an epiphany for me. Now I've got a use for it, and some washi tape on the inside cover to hold it down. This is just a scrapbooking rub-on to decorate the first insert that I use as my monthly calendar. Really easy to just rub these right onto paper and use it as some decoration. And I started mine in April of this year, so I will finish it all the way through May of next year. They give you plenty of pages, so it'll last quite a while. And I use just some scrapbooking stickers, washi tape. When plans change, I can cover them up, or I could get a lighter washi tape just to write right on it, and if things change, pull it right off. Either way works. So some stamps along the top, different color ink depending on whose plans I'm recording in there, and really easy to just decorate as I go along. I have obviously more decorating for these first few months. And as things progress and I get closer to these months coming up, I'll probably add quite a bit more to those too. But that's as far as I've gotten in that setup. At least I have all of the months used up, so I know when it's going to be time to order another one. And these are the world for all the travelers who have a free spirit pages that come in these Midori inserts. I honestly don't do much traveling right now, so probably don't have much use for that yet, but hopefully someday that will change, and I will. I also put a bullet journal index in here because for my daily organization and to-do list, I'm trying bullet journaling. So I threw my index in the back there. And because I'll have this insert for the next 13 months, I do have extra pages here that I can add things to, and that's my monthly calendar. And then I go right into my bullet journal daily organization. But I threw this insert into the inside of a craft file folder that is also from Midori. And I also just the other day from TJ Maxx found this little packet of 3 notebooks, lined paper notebooks, for just, they were on clearance for like 60 cents. I can't wait to try to find more of these. And I've decided what I'm going to do is incorporate them into my bullet journal section here, which is my second insert inside the craft folder. And I'm going to use these for my budgeting notebooks. And without providing too much information, that's kind of personal. The first page I would do is my whole May budget. And what I do is just put what the different types of expenses are with the amounts they are for the month, and that's on the first page. And then I'm all set up to start this in May. And what I'm going to be doing is saying on one page, here's each of the bills that are due so I don't forget to pay them with their due date and the amount. So as the month goes on, I can just make sure to use this as a guide, get them paid on time, and check them off when they're paid. And then I will have a page a week for things like going to the grocery store, picking up dog food, cleaning supplies, anything that's not a bill that has to go out. And I'll do 1 week for each of those. And that will be the month of May. And then for June, I'll do the whole overview budget again on 1 page. The bills that have to go out for that month. And then 4 pages for June for each week in June where I have expenses that are not bills that have to be paid. And that'll be how I'll track my expenses, refer back to my budget, and I'm just keeping that right in there. So then we go into the bullet journal, which again is covered in scrapbook paper with a little bit of washi to hold it down well. And I went through the end of October with my index. So I'm kind of a forward planner. I like to have a spot where I can put things that are going to come up soon. And trying to use the traditional bullet journal coding, which again is in that index back here. So it's pretty convenient to just go back and refer to it when I need to take a look at it. For the different codes for the bullet journaling. Lots of YouTube videos and blogs out there that explain bullet journaling. It's fabulous. And as I get things done, I either fill them in, cross them out, move them to the next week. Some things each week are things I do every weekend, so I've always got my little corner down there to do my usual weekend routine. But plenty of space to add things as they change or move them around. I went, like I said, through October in the index, but I only have a few weeks set up here. And as I get 5 or 10 minutes of free time, I do a few more weeks. I like having the week on 2 pages. That gives me plenty of room to write down the things that I don't want to forget. Nice to be able to get a little bit further into the future, as I know things are going to come up that have to be done, but they're not coming up until a few weeks or a few months from now. So that's going to be my attempt at the bullet journal. I've got an extra budget notebook ready to go when I fill up the first one, so I just keep that tucked back there in the craft file. Haven't decorated that yet, will soon. More scrapbook paper, more washi, some packing tape just to keep everything secure and protected so it'll last a little longer. My third insert, this is the one where my husband thinks I'm absolutely crazy, is going to be my actual address book, real old-fashioned, like we used to do before smartphones. And I just had some different alphabet stickers from scrapbooking that I put in there to label each page. I have a few entries already in there. Of course, I want to keep those confidential. But these are some pages that don't have anything on them yet. And that's going to be my old-fashioned address book. And my husband just rolled his eyes, and I said, hey, when all the cell towers go down in an emergency, guess who's going to have all the phone numbers? Because it's not like we memorize them anymore. We just push a button. So, crazy or not, it's fun. At the end of it, I had some extra pages. So this is my birthday and special dates reminder. I just stamped the months, used a little washi tape for decoration, and if it's that person's birthday on that day, that's where their name goes. And I'll use that for anniversaries, birthdays, special reminders. So, also have a couple pages there at the end that I'm going to use for some password entries and reminders. Nothing financial, nothing really confidential, just some simple websites. It can be such a pain to try to remember all those passwords and things. So at the end of my traditional address book is the special dates and some simple passwords to remember. If that fell into the wrong hands, not a big deal. My final insert is a lists book. And I'm struggling with this one. I'm gonna try it out for a year or two. It's probably how long it'll take me to fill it up, but I love lists, and I thought maybe make this the positive and optimistic and fun and happy lists, not the to-do lists. So my table of contents includes things like this makes me happy, I'm grateful for, quotes, life list, authors and books, meals and restaurants, on and on. And I gave each group about 10 pages each, so I can still add a few more lists because this is the Midori lightweight paper insert, and I believe you get about 120 pages with this one. So I thought I would do this way, give each group about 10 pages, and we'll see how long it takes me to fill it up. If any list becomes something major and long and I'm in it a lot and I think it needs an insert of its own, that'll be the next insert that I get. Probably books are going to be that one. Some quotes, things that make me happy. I already printed some things out and stuck them in there if it's in the gratitude section or the quotes section. Books, my favorite books. I haven't done the notes and the reviews yet. When I get inspired to write a few paragraphs on the favorite series or books or authors, I'll do that. I think I'm going to need more than 10 pages for books, but we'll see. And then of course, our favorite dinners. Just waiting for somebody in the house to say, oh, what could we make for dinner next week or on the weekend or something like that, and we come up with a blank. I can just pull out my little list of things we've been having lately that are really, really good. And sides and desserts, things like that. And then also the remember this section if we just have just something really, really fun or cute that happens. just make a few journal entries on it so I don't forget it. Could be good to go back and use for scrapbooking inspiration too. So that is the final of the 4 inserts that I'm using right now. Makes it just full enough without being too full. The back end of the zipper pouch I'm using just to hold some coupons and things right now. And I've got another one of those TJ Maxx line notebooks ready to go for budgeting or extra paper if I need it. A few minor work things, don't want too much with work in here. And some extra note paper if I need to just jot something down real messy, and then later when I have time, go and put it in where it needs to be more neatly. And that's about it. So I don't have things stored in here like washi and pens and markers and a lot of note paper and stuff like that, because it didn't take too long for that to get out of hand as far as how much stuff I think I need and want to collect and have with me. So I found this on Amazon for just $5, and this has all of the stuff that of course I think I need for my planner addiction stored right in there. And what I thought I would do next Sunday is do a little YouTube video on the planner accessories and how I've got everything stored and organized. So thanks guys, hope you like it, hope it was helpful. Take any ideas or thoughts or uses out of there that you can. Hope it helps somebody. Thank you.